Welcome and thank you for being here in my first live presentation. Let's get into it and say that they follow our steps. And by they, I mean children. Children learn by imitating us in every aspect, be it good or gentle or peaceful or bad, troublesome, or even naughty. The way they act is a copy of things that they have seen from us. Harvard Center for the Developing Child mentions that human brain develops 90% of its size before the age of 5. The other 10% develops after the age of 5. So this means that as babies, we can only use our brains to make little connections or ideas and movements. And when we become toddlers, our ideas get linked with others and starting forming like a database. So we can understand the reason why we do something. And at the age of 5, we can recognize situations and think about most of the suitable ways to respond to something or someone. So we have 1 million neural connections that work with our brains in the range of this time. And everything is from the first few years of life. So we connect everything in seconds. So many children struggle with reading or writing or talking and building relationships, and we can help them by providing support early. This is recognized by parents or a teacher. Children from advantaged families hear 30 million more words by the time they are 3 years old. That is a lot of words. So we have that children grow stronger and they boost their spatial awareness as they build their skills to balance or climb or run, dance, or hold something in their hands. And young children learn better when they are moving. And between ages 3 and 5, children's brains are primed to learn the skills that are the foundation of critical thinking and emotional maturity. Children start building foundational skills for communicating, counting, reading, and writing very early. Early learning builds vocabulary and ability to tell stories. Now, 80% of brain development happens before a child turns 3. That is the fastest rate of brain development in our life. So all these aspects are what shape our mind into functioning human beings. But we all know this is only the ideal shape. Most of the children we know behave different from these specifications. And why is it like that? Because children are like sponges. So let me give you an example, okay? This is the ha sound, the story of the ha sound, okay? So my brother, his wife, and my 2-year-old niece were living together with me and my parents for a while. And I was thrilled to have a cute baby in the house. And after observing her for many days, I noticed she made this "h" sound And I got worried because I thought she may be hurting somewhere. But she could not tell us because she was a baby. So I tried harder to notice the reason of the sound, and after some failed attempts to do so, I was exhausted and sat on the couch. It was time to eat, so my mom called everyone to the table, and the moment I stood up, I heard the sound from me. Then I realized I was the reason why she made that sound. Every time I bent or sat down or stood up, I made that sound, and my niece thought it was a sound that she had to do while doing the same movements. Now, I did not want her to learn that, but she did. This is a simple example of things you don't teach, but get learned. Now, I want us to analyze some examples. Let's imagine that we have the custom, or we're used to use cell phones all the time. So our children will learn how to use cell phones all the time instead of paying attention to people. The way we argue or the way we express our feelings is something that they tend to repeat or imitate too. Now, if we use a correct vocabulary and sweet words like thank you, please, sorry, excuse me all the time, we are not only telling them to use the words or encouraging them to be polite, but we become their example. So we don't have to say this when you ask, say that when you are happy. And this is kind of the environment we need to shape our children's. We want them to be better than us, but they want to be just like us. So that is our goal, to become the role model of all the children around us. We want them to be better than us. Now let's remember that they follow our steps. Okay? So thank you for being here. This has been my presentation. And here's my audience. And thank you for being here and watching.